Hello.
Hi.
Happy week of Halloween.
Where do I go? Left or right? Right. Sorry, I realized as soon as we snapped to hit record, I was like, I am not centered. I was like way over here. Uh,
I'm gonna say that. Well, I mean, either way, I have to cut you off anyway. So
yeah, but I mean, like, I was literally sitting with like this half of me cut off. So I'm like, I don't want it to just be like this much when you edit it.
yeah, that's fair.
I think my camera
How's
got
everyone? I
bumped.
hope.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry. It's been a while since we've done this, and my entire desk was like askew. Like I'm pretty sure my camera is pointed this way now, and my green screen was like tilted over there, and my microphone was
oh
just way
boy.
down here. Yeah, but we here. How y'all doing? How was Halloween? Did it happen yet? I don't
It's
remember.
n- no. I think technically this is the 27th, so it's like
Oh,
the
cool.
it happens on. It's the Monday. It's the Monday, and it happens on Friday. So we're 5 days out. You have your plans? Are you gonna eat the diabetes? Enjoy them. We have to go pick those up.
Are,
We're me and Melissa were like, oh shit, we got to make another Costco trip because we're starting to run out of like the paper towel and shit that we get from there, and we that's where we get our candy from. And I'm like, all right, so
go get some.
it's really getting. Well, now that I realize, like, oh shit, like for everyone, I was like literally changing from work clothes, and as I was ready to run up here, I was like, oh, it's the Halloween episode. I gotta change. I have to wear a Halloween fitting shirt because we're not together and we don't have Halloween outfits.
Yeah, my costumes are at home, so I threw on the only thing I own that has skulls. I
That works.
also have matching shorts, so I feel like I'm literally wearing a romper right now.
You're rocking it.
I hope so. But speaking
Let's
of
see.
Halloween, uh, any cool parties going on? Cause I drive home Thursday and we'll be home Friday morning. So any
Well,
any cool
to be
Halloween
fair,
parties?
if there's not one of those, Melissa's gone all weekend because
Oh
she's
yeah,
going to Alex and Tyler's wedding. So they'll have
nice.
had it. Congratulations. But I
So
obviously I
this
can't
will
go because
be
of work.
the 30th is when I drive home.
Got it.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be. I want to make sure that you got the days right because we don't.
Oh,
We apparently
yeah,
suck at
never
math.
mind.
Yeah.
Oh God, got it. I thought you were okay. That's funny. Yeah, no, yeah, no, that's happening this weekend.
I will be home this weekend for a bit. I'm going to that AMA. Whoa,
The Lamb of God show on Friday.
the armored MMA.
MMA.
Yeah, on Saturday with Lamb of God playing the halftime show. So yeah, Lamb of God show, but they're playing the
Not gonna
halftime
lie,
show.
like I was talking to Jake. Messaged me earlier. He was like, some Periphery came on earlier, and he started rocking them. And now he's sad that we missed him when they opened with Coheed
Mm.
and Mastodon. He was like, man, like I'm bummed that we weren't able to. Now I'm bummed we couldn't see them. I'm like, it's okay. Like I'm kind of having. They're gonna be here in November, so I'm debating going to that. But then there's also um fuck. There's one other show that we were talking about. Um, I'll get to it eventually. I'm tired.
But
I'm made to drinks.
I have we mentioned it while I was home, but non-alcoholic Heineken, not bad.
Ooh,
You know, I'm trying not to drink while I'm
there you
here,
go.
and something from our fucking childhood. I don't do
There you
Livewire.
go.
Yeah.
We have I made Melissa made banana bread this week.
Oh yeah.
So I took the peels, added sugar to them to make a syrup out of the peels, but I used coconut cane sugar. So I had this. It's like dark brown and stuff. And so I made like it's rum, Sotal, and then some of that cane sugar, and then a little bit of lemon juice because I don't have any lime juice. We just have lemons, and then a splash of lime LaCroix to lighten it up. That's pretty good. I'm happy with the syrup. It's really fucking potent.
Nice. I wish I could stand up right now because my mom got me this weird like nut based coffee creamer. Um, I wish I'd gotten it sooner because I go home in like 3 weeks for good from here. Where I go to next, no idea. I have a meeting tomorrow morning. Um, but it's cookie butter. And when she handed me the box, I had to pretend not to giggle because they're called nut pods.
Nut pods?
Nut pods. And I wish I could show you, but it's up there and I can't stand up because of all this.
Yeah.
But it
This
looks
one
good.
is just bourbon, a splash of that, or like a bar spoon's worth of that banana stuff. Some of that peach syrup because it's already in there, and then apple cider because we went to Yates.
Nice. I really wanted to do that this year. I don't know. I wanted to do it before Halloween. They're open past Halloween, I think, but I don't know if I'll have time.
Yeah, Melissa just like we were just sitting there, and she was just like, because I think we were originally just gonna take him to the dog park, the dogs at the dog park, and we were like, well, Melissa was like, you know what? Hey, let's go to Yates. Like, I forgot when, but we got a gift card to Yates.
Okay.
So we were like, all right, well, yeah, fuck it. Let's take the dogs there. We'll see how Bonnie does. She did pretty good. There wasn't many, she only really pulled hard a couple times. Other than that, like, she's gotten a lot better at not, like, going absolutely berserk and barking. So I think like it's really been working because I took her on a walk before this, and there was a German Shepherd like a chunk of a way up, and she usually freaks the fuck out. This time she was just kind of like pulling harder in her walk than she usually does, which is a super bonus because we don't have to clip her nails because she just fucking she
She knocks it out right away, yeah.
it's pretty great, but yeah, so she's gotten better with that, which is cool. But we took him to Yates. It's fucking cool. I love the corn there. They have a corn, like, it's this Mexican family that just sells, like, cooked corn in a roaster. I forgot that you can ask for extra roast corn, and it's, like, charred. But they had two left, and the guy behind me asked for it. And I was like, motherfucker, I could have got it from me and Melissa. Because I didn't even know. But yeah, they like the whole family behind me got at least the two, and then you decorate it up you want with butter and shit. But got that, some donuts. Forgot to get the fucking gift card from her because she just took the dogs because they obviously they can't go inside. And I was grabbing a lot of shit, so I just I let her take the dogs and grabbed I grabbed a gallon, a dozen donuts, a couple turnovers because they were really good. They look really good. And then Melissa wanted the slushies, the apple slushie,
Yeah.
frozen slushie or whatever. So I was like, all right. So I grabbed two of those. So I was like, all right, this is a. It was fun until I get out there to be like, all right, at least take the one like drink with a lid on it. Also, they have now like 3 parking lots. They built another parking lot on the, so you know they have the main one there, and then across the no, you've never been to Yates?
I've been to Yates, but dude, I don't remember details.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it. So essentially, yeah, like it used to just be like the one parking lot, and then they had like some land across the street that they just put dirt on and turned into a parking lot. Now they have a whole nother parking lot, like actually built apparently, like for like just a little bit down on the other side of the street, and they've I don't know if it's ever been there, and I just didn't know this, but like it goes out like a whole nother, just a whole other extra space of, and it was slammed. Like it took us 10 minutes to get into Yates once we got to like the
Oh shit.
corner of it. Like it was legit full. It was hectic as shit. Like there's so many people going there. I think what it was, everyone knows it's getting really cold, and they're like, if we're gonna go,
It's time to go.
like, this is the weekend to go.
I
And
th-
I mean,
it was either
I've never seen it that full.
it was Yates or Blake's that we went to. I can't remember which one, but we went for Lauren's birthday years back when I first met Lauren. And it was fucking freezing, dude. Like,
So was it massive and like have a lot of places to go, or was it just like have a bar and some spaces and then it had a really long walk? Like there's just like a
I
path.
don't remember. I remember like corn thing that measured your height, and there was like a hay ride and maybe a haunted house. We got there like right before closing, so
Blake's.
I don't remember.
That's Blake's. Yeah, that's Blake's. Yates is a lot smaller. It's essentially like there's an old like one of those like I forgot the name of it. It's like a windmill in the water for their that the it powers stuff or used to for the place, and it still goes. But like that's where they do all their cider and stuff, and it's basically just like the one building. They added a couple little side like uh they extended it a little bit and added another counter on the outside, and then they have like a little fudge spot and a tent with some stuff. So it's not very big. Blake's has a whole store, like store style front, another store area that's like smaller and used for event spaces. In since you've been there, has now expanded to have like an entire like beer area for all the different ciders and stuff and beers that they have. So it's like a whole alcohol area. I mean, it's where Mitch got married.
No shit.
So it's like, yeah, like it's legit massive, and you can like actually walk. They have like pick your own vegetables. They have a full vegetable farm. We just haven't done it, but like we did it one time, but it was after they said like we're gonna be honest with you, like it's like you pay for what you bring to them, so it's not like you're paying like one price and get what you got. So we went out there and we tried to find what we can, but they're like, yeah, like last week, it was 2 years ago. They're like, we had a big ass unexpected frost and it killed probably half of what used to be here. So good luck. Like,
Yeah.
all right. But it's cool. I want to do it when it's not that.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I wanted to go before Halloween, but I'm swamped all of October. I wanted to go get a pumpkin to carve too, but
We
I
I didn't even think about that.
I
just
want
would
to
wanna do so much
do
I
one
keep
every
forgetting
year.
about it.
That yeah, I've been stuck down here again. Then there's a lot of family drama I'm not going to get onto on the podcast because sometimes they watch, but we're not happy with a lot of people right now. So it's been fun.
Got it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we can
Talk
chat
about
a
it
little bit.
Melissa's not going to be home till 8, so I have ample time to talk after we hang up. I'm
I
doing nothing.
have a
I might do
little
dishes
bit.
and cook.
I have a little bit of time. I
fine.
got my boss scheduled a meeting at it's good for his time. It's 7 a.m. his time, but it's 6 a.m. my time, which is like when I clock in. So I need to be like at the fucking cage, everything out, ready to go by 6 o'clock, which we haven't been doing at all. Like, We're in the plant by 6
Welcome to
o'clock.
my world.
We're usually in
welcome
there.
to my world. I can literally tell you my schedule now. Like my alarm in my car goes off at 6:50 or 5:50. I put my shoes on back on because I usually get there at 5:25 to 5:30. Park, and then I just take my shoes off and chill. Put them back on. Get out. I walk in somewhere between 5:54 to 5:56. And then I walk to my area, and usually the bell's going off when I walk into my break area to put my, like, because I'm a material, we have to wear the yellow safety vest. So I have to put that on and grab my chair and gloves, and then I walk to my glasses, walk to my spot, and I'm like, all right, what chaos is it today? Not been bad the last couple days. They got me my rack back, so like I'm very happy about this. I have had this. I got onto this job in November of last year. After like 2 weeks, we lost. There's 6 racks I have to put parts on. They lost the 6th rack. I have not had it since then until it showed up randomly yesterday. So I've been like, me and the tugger Jackie, who brings me my parts and stuff, were like, I forgot how the fuck I used to do this when I had the 2. And so she's like, this is going to be fun. I got to figure this shit out, because she has to store there's 2 racks that go on the line, 2 racks that I usually have put parts on, and she stores the other 2 that go next in that rotation. So she was like, I can't remember now that I like am used to this thing. I got because she also does like another set of parts, so she's also like intermingling other shit. I'm like, all right, that's fun, but for me, it makes it a little bit easier because there's a little less time. Because what it used to be, I get 2 racks, and then at some point that extra rack comes on the like I finish one, I'm doing the second, and that third one shows up instead of me having like some sit down time. So now I just have like consistent, as long as the line's like going or whatever, and I'm like, it's cool.
I get that, man.
That's been like the one little positive. That's been the one little shining light in my week.
I get that. I've been trying to go through our share drive to remember where like certain files are, because I'm like, I'm probably going to a regular project that I can actually, work with tools. And I'm like, I don't remember where the weld map is. Like, I don't remember where shit is because I haven't had to touch it like since March, dude.
I mean, to be fair, I think it's, if you go somewhere, you can literally be like, they sent me to this place where I wasn't doing anything, so just give me a quick, like, boop, 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 boop. It'll take me an hour.
Like, I think
you just got to remind me where it's at.
In the meeting we have tomorrow, I'm going to ask my boss too. I'm going to be like, dude, you were down here. You know how it was. Can you give me a quick refresher where everything's located on the shared drive, man? Like, where do I find this shit?
Give me a tutorial.
Like, because I haven't touched it since March.
Press square for tutorial. Press square for tutorial.
It literally, it feels like I like skipped the intro. Like, I'm just looking at it again. I'm like, I know it's in here, but I don't fucking remember where.
Oh no, that's it too. Like so like, because I used to be a backup team leader at work forever, like I do remember there are some of the like random, like, because they're 4-digit codes that bring up all random screens and shit, and they've switched over to a new system in most places. I'm still on the old computer for some reason, but everyone else has got the new one. So like, I still remember some of the old stuff, but like there's also still like, I think some of those same things still apply. And I'm like, if someone asked me what to do with some of those, I'd be like, no, like,
yeah,
because I have different ones now in material. There's like a whole different set of like keys. It took me fucking like 8 months to figure out how to reprint a certain thing, like, because because I have 18 stickers at one point. So like when I run out and it all of a sudden stops at 8, it won't random reprint anymore because it's old as fuck. It used to. I used to be able to just like put the roll in and then it would print it out. Nope. Not anymore. So I had to turn the whole fucking thing off, turn it back on, and then like go to the screen about whole reprinting. And that took me forever to do. I asked the guy on my team that's the backup team leader essentially, and he was like, it took him a second because it wasn't working, and then it did it, and I'm like, oh, cool. But some of that shit, like it comes back, but you have to. There's a lot of it now. And I can't imagine, especially for you, like you have probably like what multiple different programs, and then each of those things have multiple things in it that you have not been using.
Yeah, and you have to remember, like, when we get on a project, there's I'm not going to dive into too much detail because I don't know what's NDA and what's not. But we get like
basically.
a project name, and then when we're on it, like right now, you know, like I'm going to use my initials for it rather than a project number, but it's like AGE is the project letters, and then you have hood, liftgate, doors, whatever. But each one of those actually has a number to it that's like 4 digits, and it's like 9046 or some shit. And you got to figure out which one you got to go to. And then there's subfolders in there where it's like our main shit is under our department, so it's easy to find that. But then finding like the math data for the tool or the part, you got to go into like mechanical engineering or mechanical drawing, or you got to go into fucking controls because nobody saves it in the right spots, and it's like, where is it?
I'm not gonna lie, I was just laughing to myself there about like if you decided to if you were like, I'm renaming things on my computer so I can know where they're at, but they're all shared folders, so you just name it like that asshole I don't like, and then dumbass number 2, and then
No, that's you're joking, but literally because we work, you know, in plants and the Wi-Fi is not always great. Usually what we do is we download, like I'll start the download when I'm like at home, or if I'm at the shop up in Canada, or if I'm at the hotel or something. I'll take the entire folder for that job program and copy it to my computer, and then rearrange it in my computer so I can easily find where shit is at. But because I haven't had to work on any of that for this project, I've only downloaded the shit I needed, and now I'm like, where the fuck do I find all the other stuff I usually need but didn't get to do here?
To be fair, that's and that's not a bad thing to be either. Like, hey, like I need a different shit here. What is the shit I need where I'm going? Once you figure out where that is, too. So the thing is, I'm sure like even shit you needed at like whatever plant, they'd change per plant, right? Like it's, or at least like files within those things. Like, I don't know. I'm glad I don't have to do any of that shit.
It's kind of chill. Like it's a nice tool set to have, because it's like, you know, people oftentimes see you as like just the tool maker or just the dimensional guy, but then it's like someone will be like, oh man, I wish I knew where to find the weld maps so I can figure out if these welds are in the right location. And I'm like, here you go, I know where that is. Or like, man, I wish I had the 3D model of the part and I could break it down. I'm like, here you go, I know where that is. And it is also useful because like, if say something isn't measuring out right, like on the tool, I can pull up the math data and actually get the measurements virtually and be like, this is what it's supposed to be. This is what it is. Somebody needs to fix it.
Yeah.
You know? Because a lot of people will argue, like, I'll be like, hey, I need this block shaved down. And they're like, no, it's built to what it's built to. And I'm like, no, it isn't. It says here on math data it's supposed to be 11 mils, but you've got 17. Like, I need you to take some off.
That shit matters.
Yeah, it matters a lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
As someone that had to deal with that shit, it fucking matters. Millimeters matter at that point, like legitimately. Like I
Oh,
can't
dude.
tell you how frustrating it was for me, like when brake lines and shit came in like different ways, and like shit got fucked up because like it ugh, dude, fixing that shit's annoying
Yeah.
because it actually is important. So at a certain point, if you fuck it up trying to fix the fuck up, like you have to I do not miss having to change brake lines. Like I think I could do it again if I had to, but it would take a really long time on the line and I'd get yelled at.
Yeah.
But I used to be able to I used to be able to because I had to. But that I mean even then like when you did it, it still took 5 minutes. It took maybe 3 minutes if you had like the repair guy there to actually help you do it.
Yeah.
But most of the time, like, I'm also trying to do it while the motherfucker's moving.
Yeah.
So, and then once it's done, you have to, like, re- tighten up all the lines, all that fun shit. That's, yeah,
My
dude, I,
my favorite thing here has been like people will ask me like, we have to get somebody from the plant to do it. And I'm slightly bad mouthing some of the people we have at the plant, but also like I have a different skill set. I'm more used to these things than you are. But people will ask me like, "Oh, how long should this take? Because production is down right now, and we need to give them an idea." And I'm like, it would take me 45 minutes. You know, just throwing a number out there for a random thing. It would take me 45 minutes. I've done it a lot. It shouldn't be that difficult. 45 minutes. And they'll be like, all right, we're going to tell them that. I'm like, no, no. Who do you have out there working on it? Like, you need to ask them because it's not going to be what I told you. And then they go ask them and they're like, I don't know, probably like 3 hours. And I'm like, it shouldn't take
that
that
is
long.
that is the exact same thing I have when I miss work. And every single time I have missed work, when I come back, someone around there says they missed you
Yeah.
because like my favorite one was, and I might have said this already, but when Leonard told me like it was me and like two other material guys just sitting over there watching two, I think it was maybe three people at one point because they got really behind, like trying to just do my job and keep up with the line.
Yeah.
And Leonard's just sitting there telling him like he literally does it and he's sitting there for like 15 to 20 minutes before another one shows up. Like he walks around, he does shit. Like these guys have not, he's like, Brandon, they didn't stop. They never sat the whole day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he was like, I'm literally sitting here watching them like, how are you, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, it's,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess my OCD ness and like methodicalness with stuff of like being efficient.
Yeah.
I yeah.
And it's extra annoying too, because like I'm not even like I'm probably I'm one of our better dimensional guys. Like there's people better than me that have been doing this as long as I've been alive. But I'm not even
Yeah.
close to being one of our best, like not even close to being one of our good mechanical guys. Like I've seen
Well, at a
people,
certain point,
but
like
dude, it's
it
wild.
literally comes down to how much have you done.
Yeah, but it's wild because it's
Like
like
that's it.
when it comes to mechanical stuff, I'm like, I know people that, something that takes me, like I said, 45 minutes would take them 15. And like, I feel slow. But like, there's
Yeah.
people doing it in 3 hours. And I'm like, dude, like, all I need you to do is fucking machine a block. Like,
Oh, I mean, like to this day, I guarantee you, it would take me 5 to 6 seconds to hand start a brake line. Like I did that for 9 to 10 years of my life of just like figuring out like the exact way to like on the line. Like I didn't have to look. I would always have to bend the brake line like probably 6 degrees less. Between 6 to 5, like
Just a
very
little
minimal.
nudge, yeah.
I just had to, yeah, just a slight nudge so you could not even bend, flex it 6 degrees so I could get it started. Same thing with the other one, shoot them down, no like, and then have time to do my job, whatever, go check my phone, and then come back to the line, do the thing, like. Because I did it for fucking 9 years, like I can still feel it in my fingers.
Yeah, because you've gotten used to it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
it's one of those.
that's me with sensors now. Like because of all the support I did at Port Huron, I'm really good at just like if a sensor's not picking, I'm really good at just being able to loosen it up slightly and then move it and be like, there it is. Like a lot of other people, they gotta like line it up, and I can just tell which direction it's going, and just, there we go. But here you need like 5 people to do that. Like you need to get a guy to undo the bolt, and then you need a guy who does sensors, and then you need a guy who does parts, and I'm like, why do you need 5 people? Like that it I don't want to step on toes again and badmouth anybody, but I'm like, this could be so much more streamlined, man. Like,
Honestly, I think it would be the funniest shit is if you just walk up to whoever the boss was and you go, if you just buy me lunch, I
we
can do all of it.
we have definitely not done that ever.
That.
But I will say,
So
there's definitely been some times where it's like, hey, when do you guys go on lunch? And then they're like, oh, this time. And we're like, okay. And then after lunch, some nice tool maker from Canada fixed it.
so one thing we didn't do was this one. I mean, to be fair, this was also Jesus Christ, I've been there for 15 years. I'm like, all right, so it would have been like 7 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. No, 7 years ago, 7 to 8 years ago. We had this one guy. We used to, because we were on the underbody of it, and we looked up at we were the first people in the chassis department to see the truck or the cars when they came from trim. So we always knew what they were supposed to look like on the inner side of before the engine gets put in. So we could tell like who fucked up what and what was fucked up once it got to us. And so we knew how to fix most of that shit. So at a certain point, the one guy that was the supervisor over there kept hearing us call it out on the radio, fix it, do this shit, and it was an issue. And so he came over and was like, hey guys, like, if I buy you guys pizza for lunch every single Friday, can you just fix it? And he's like, write it down for me so I can keep track of the stuff that, got fixed, but just don't call it out on the radio.
Yeah, because somebody's getting yelled at for that.
Yeah, he's like, just fix it and then let me know. And we did that we didn't do that for like 5 to 6 weeks. And then he missed one day.
Oh, yeah. That's when you fucking blow up that radio, yeah. Yep.
And so like, I get whatever it was really bad. And he went into a meeting and tried to like essentially I can't remember the exact details, but it didn't go well because he was trying to defend like himself and some other thing, because we didn't tell them this happened, but the issue that got out, they're like, how did this blah blah blah, and he was just like, he basically tried to put blame on us or something like that. And the highest manager that was involved in that meeting was like, that motherfucker saved your ass. He's like, you're lucky we don't fire you right now. He's like, he then became the manager of like the custodian crew.
Yeah.
It was either that or some level of that on the other side of the line, from the manager of trim to custodian. Like, he got in such trouble because of whatever the fuck it was. And again, like, we were just, I don't even remember what it was. We were just fixing shit because we were like, it fucking matters.
Yeah.
So we cared. We did our jobs. We fixed shit. And so a lot of people don't give a fuck, obviously, as it got to us.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, also, like, once in a while, we also had, like, there was a consistent issue, and the team leader would come to us and be like, yeah, the fucking tool is broken. We're trying to fix it, but, this, that, the other, I don't have the tool also to fix it, so I'm doing my best by hand.
Yeah.
So every third one was fixed, and we could tell it was the one he fixed. We're like, all right.
Yeah.
We got you. Also, we had this one guy, this is just for the fun. We used to laugh and give him, because he had like a lot of seniority at this time, and we used to purposely taunt him and be like, you won't hit the stop line. You won't hit. He's like, you fucking hit your bah. And he'd hit it for like a second, then he'd go, blah. And then he'd just leave. But we just laugh because the whole line would stop for a minute. Or for that 1.5 second. We're like, yeah.
Dude,
Tony.
I had that at
I'm tired now, so
I had that when I worked at Wyco, because I was given permission to stop any press if there was a bad enough issue, and like, dude, it was hilarious because they would like up the fucking speeds, and like the production never cared. They were like, it's not that bad, pass it, and like I would be like, get them to sign off on it. Like if they're saying it's not that bad, have them sign off on it. Because if it is that bad, like I know it is, quality's going to get yelled at. I'm going to get yelled at. And then finally I was given permission to stop the line until they signed off on it, or I signed off on it. I never signed off on shit because I knew it was bad. But dude, I went out one day. It was like, I think it was a Friday. And fucking, they were trying to push the numbers because they didn't want to work the weekend. And I get that. But every single part was bad. And I'm like, hey, these are bins that hold like 20 to 30,000 parts per bin. And they're all bad. So I went out there and same thing as hitting that stop. I just started hitting the stops. Fucking got cussed out by one of the plant managers. And then my boss's boss came through and was like, yeah, no, he's right. Like, you should have stopped this hours ago when he told you, but you didn't. Did anybody sign off on it? No? Well, that's good. Nobody's going to get fired for signing off on a bad part. But guess what? We have like hundreds of thousands of parts that need sorted now. So, yeah. And then the maintenance guys hated it because they had to go out and, fix the dies and shit. But they also... some of them appreciated it because they were like, dude, I've been wanting time to fix this die for like 3 years now. And I'm like, well, that's why the parts are shit.
First of all, again, happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween. Factories are scary. You could die.
You can.
You can.
Amount of times
I know a few.
I end up like finally like complaining about a thing, and 90% of the time you talk to the dude that repairs the thing, especially at a place like mine where we run 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Like we used to, when we had the ABC shifts, which I missed, which was I used to work Monday through Thursday. In between shifts, they had 2 hours so that all the repair guys could fix shit in between shifts. They no longer have that anymore, so it's just half the time they just have to wait till lunch.
Yeah, and you get like 30 minutes to do whatever you can and put a Band-Aid on it. Yeah.
We have a 20-minute lunch. So to be able to do 3 8-hour shifts, they had to include a 20-minute paid lunch.
Yeah.
which, to be fair, it used to be 30 minutes
Unpaid.
and it used to be unpaid, so people could actually like go to their cars and go get food or go pick up stuff for their teams. Because it's paid, we are no longer allowed to leave.
Yeah.
So it also also double duty keeps us in the plant, so like people can't come back late. 90% of the time it's someone on the team, and then the team leader just covers them so they come back with food for the whole team if they're late.
Yeah.
90% of the time they don't, you know. To be fair, it's also like we have a tropical smoothie, Taco Bell, McDonald's, like all of it's within a mile. So 90% of the time, like, they're back by like probably like 10, 15. People start eating and then eat while they're working or whatever.
Yeah.
Do whatever they do. But now we can't do that. Because I did it once or twice where I was like, all right, like, hey, I'm going to tropical smoothie because I didn't, whatever I didn't bring lunch. Does anyone want anything? Like, I'm going there. Do you want something? And once in a while, I'd be like, all right, cool. Like, I got 3 smoothies, and then you just pick it up and drive through.
Yeah.
And go back. And I'm like, cool, here's everyone's stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. I haven't ordered out at my work in probably 3 years.
I've gone to get lunch at certain places, like there were certain plants where it was like there was food close enough by, and we were like super slow, so it was like, let's go take a lunch. We've been kicking our ass for the past 3 months. Like, I've never ordered lunch to a plant because it's like it's difficult to get something delivered there. Like,
well, and that's the thing is, like, at a certain point for me, it became you had to ask everyone else, like, find out who has a menu. And those places know where you're going to most of the time. You can tell them there's generally like 3 gates that people are going to, and you can tell them where they're going to, and they had drivers that would just bring it there.
Yeah.
So like, once in a while I had a difficult time being like, you need to come to this weird side gate, or they go to this gate. Because that's the thing too, is there's also 2 different gates. So sometimes different restaurants would go to different gates, and I had to figure out which ones did that. Oh, team leader shit.
Yeah.
That was all. I did that as a team leader shit. I was like, all right, whatever. Like, oh, God.
The most annoying thing as a team leader was getting people their lunch.
Dude, like, it's so funny. Like, little, I don't know. We're just talking about work at this point. Whatever. If everyone's checked out. But we like, the last couple weeks, like, I've been really pissed at shit at my work, like, here and there. Like, they've been, a lot of it comes from, like, because we're first shift, like, when they have problems with parts and we can't run, like, they let everyone else have time off. And by that, I mean, like, they get days off, but they get paid for those days off.
Yeah.
So it's not, so, like, I brought it, like, I'm telling my coworkers, like, so they get 38 and a half hours no matter what, because it's essentially a production problem. It's not our issue. So they get to all just stay home and do whatever. We have to spend gas money and time to show up here early as shit and then do whatever the hell. And then, like, half the time we're just sitting there for hours, and we could have just been home, but they made us be there.
Yep.
Just our shift. And we're all like, yeah, I would take an hour and a half less pay if I don't have to show up for the whole fucking day, this one day of the week.
Yeah.
Like, especially if we know we're not going to do anything or barely do anything. And so we're kind of like, if you know you only have like 1 shift's worth of work, you need to start rotating that between shifts. You can't just make it the 1 shift. Like, to be fair, their argument is because we have legitimately better quality and the defects we produce are a lot less than other shifts. But to me, I'm like, look, that's not our fault.
that
Fix the issues on the other shifts.
that and coming from a maintenance side, a lot of issues actually get fixed on the off shifts because there's usually less production being ran, so there's time to where you can get into certain lines that aren't running on those shifts. Those other shifts don't get the props for that. Because I heard that everywhere, especially when I was in Port Huron. Like, everyone in maintenance knew that us guys on third shift were the ones fixing everything, especially the guys from my company, not like the people working there.
Yeah.
First shift is the one who got all the praise. And we're like, we fixed it. It was us. Our numbers matched your numbers with a quarter of the people you have. You could see the data, but it might not be the same as on yours. But I do know, at least on a maintenance side, usually those issues get fixed on off shifts. So
We don't have an off shift. So,
yeah,
like we do, but we don't. So that's one of those, like, essentially we just know which skilled trades guys are the really good ones or the ones that are just gonna get it going again.
yeah.
So we're like, so, shout out Jimmy, and a guy we call Fingers.
Did
Because
he
everything
lose
he
him?
fucking touches just starts to fuck. No, everything he touches just starts to fucking work. So he's got the magic fingers. He's got the magic touch. I
That
forgot
was,
his real name. He's a bald.
That was
He's this older bald black guy. I think his name starts with a J. He's really fucking funny as shit too. But everything he touches just starts immediately.
ours was Angel. He wasn't even a mechanical guy. He was a controls guy. But dude, I would do everything to get a line going, and I'm like, I can't fucking figure it out. Sensors are on. There's no collisions. Everything's fine. It's in auto. I've hit fucking start. Like, everything is going. And then he walks by, and I'm like, dude, fucking hit the button. He's like, okay. And he hits the button, and it starts. And I'm like, you didn't even do anything. But whatever your aura is, I need it. Like,
Yeah, some dudes just have it, and that motherfucker has it. So yeah, there's a couple of those guys where I'm like, I really know, and then like, because I was backup team leaders with like Jimmy and Justin, they like, I would kind of break down some of the stuff, and they're like, you're like mostly right, and they'd kind of like explain the parts I was wrong on. I'm like, oh, and they're like, yeah, it's, you know, and he's like, honestly, like it's way more complicated than we're.
it always
And
is,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm well aware I didn't go to college. I'm just sitting here and like, I think an electric, and goes.
I went for a year, brother. Like, I don't know. You can't
That's
use
a
a
lot more than
college
me.
thing.
No, I went for a year and a half, and all I did was English, failed math, and then I took drafting. I got a B plus.
Nice. I stopped.
That's the only thing I'm proud of. English, I got a C.
I stopped looking at my grades because the first school I partied at, and the second school I was joining the army. So I was like, this doesn't matter.
Yep. Well, that's how I treated high school. I was like, I know I don't give a fuck about college, so I kind of really don't care. Like, I'm here to learn, like, the basics of stuff and what's cool and important to me, but, like...
Yeah, I mean, high school, I was smart enough to just listen in class, and then, like, the stuff that I didn't listen to, like social studies, like, I went to school at a military base. Like, social studies was third grade. We learned everything I needed to know for school, not everything I needed to know that we should all know, truthfully, now that I'm older. But like, high school was like easy as fuck, and then college was so, and then nursing school, I was like, I need to study. Like, that was the first time I ever studied, man.
Honestly, like, the one time I did give a fuck was my drafting class. But, like, I just realized I didn't have enough give a fuck to get through all the random bullshit that I was going to have to deal with to get the, like, whatever I needed. And I was just like, I give up. I mean, I don't care. Also, like, My math teacher was terrible. Not terrible, but I've explained it. Hard accent. First class, she let the people talk for fucking 30 minutes about tutoring, so we didn't have a lesson. Missed the second lesson. So I started off a lesson and a half behind, and I'm not good at
Yeah.
math, so
My
I was just like, yep, we're done.
I somehow got put in algebra again for college. It was probably on me. I didn't sign up for classes properly because I didn't fucking understand how to do that shit. But my first math class, I went into it and the teacher was literally counting. And I was like, oh, this is like a little joke, like warm up to the class, like we're going to count to 5. No, dog, we counted to 100. And I was like, what is happening? And then I sat through that class and was like, no one in here knows basic math, and we're learning like basic math. So I didn't show up to that class unless it was a test day. And like I did all the homework.
Yeah.
Like the homework was online somehow. So like we didn't even have to go to class. It was just like, yeah, we'll do the class and then your homework, log into this website. I'm like, I bet. I'm just going to do the homework at home and then show up on test day. Like, got a great score.
Were you able to do the homework ahead of time?
No, it opened up like 15 minutes
Sucks.
after the class was over. So,
Oh, that's annoying.
yeah, but you
It'd be
had
fun to just be like, how did...
you had like 2 days to do it. So it was like, and it was
To be fair,
basic algebra, man. Like
it's weird they didn't let you like test out of it.
you could, but I did not know how to do that. Like I didn't know that was a thing when I was going to college. But now
They don't really tell you that either.
no, now I'm like, shit, I could have tested out of so much stuff because I was in AP English. Like I didn't score enough on that the ending test to get the college credit, but I didn't really care to. Like I could have tested out of a lot of shit and just paid for the testing instead of paying for the class. And I think the tests are like $200 or some shit. So it's like way less than tuition.
You just reminded me because you said AP. I was in AP Psych.
I didn't know they offered that.
So I don't think they offered it at a lot of schools. They offered it at my school because my teacher was the guy I said he wrote the book for the psychology course in the whole like district.
No shit. I don't think you've
So,
ever
like-
said that on the podcast. Or
I feel
even
like I have.
even in our
been a
friendship,
while.
I don't think you've said that. But also, as you can tell from 2 episodes ago, we didn't remember we've been doing this for 5 years. So
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I took AP Psych. I forgot it was AP Psych and then I got into it, but I took it. And that was the teacher that he had written the course book for whatever. So like technically like if I had gone to college, I would have had some kind of the like psych credit, but I didn't do shit for fucking like 3 years. And I was just like, I might become a millwright. And I was just like, I don't feel like doing this.
yeah. I literally was like,
yeah, you
I'm
reminded
gonna.
me that. I was like, oh
I
shit.
was like, I'm gonna join the army and just pick whatever class or whatever MOS gives me the longest training. Like, that's literally that was my plan at fucking 19 years old. It was like, fuck it, whatever they have, I'll do. God, my skin is
That was
dry.
the only advanced class I ever took.
Nice.
I
I
forgot I took it.
I think I did AP Physics. I can't remember. I don't know. I wanted to do AP Calc, but I didn't like the teacher. Don't know why I didn't like them.
That's fair.
I just didn't like them. And
It
also,
makes a difference.
like, I'm good at math, but I hate doing math. So, like, I was like, why would I take a harder class when I could just, dumb teenager, I was like, I'll just do easy classes in college, like for the fucking the basic gen ed shit, and then got to college and was like, oh, this is expensive. I should have done the harder classes and saved a lot of money.
Yay. Yeah, I just didn't like. I knew I just didn't give a shit about school. I learned what I could,
I get that, buddy.
but the psychology thing was fun. I did enjoy that class, but the one thing I forgot to like get to when I was talking about work because I got distracted because I'm tired, high, and drunk. Not drunk. uh, I was complaining about some of the shit that's going on at work and bringing up like a bunch of random logical points that like why the fuck are we not doing this, that's the other. And I've had like 2 or 3 people be like, you should run for a union. And I'm like, no, because I can't defend lazy people
Yeah,
and they exist.
I think
And I
that
can't do it.
I think that's both of our problems because like I am fairly pro union. It has a lot of benefits. It helps a lot of workers. You get higher wages, better hours. You don't get screwed over because let's be honest, the company's going to screw you over. But at the same time, I'm like, why does it take
Yeah.
5 people to do something that it only takes me or one other person to do? Why do I need to call someone else to plug in a cable? Like I understand running the wire or creating the wire, but like why do I have to call somebody to plug it in?
Yeah.
Like
No, there's at a certain point, certain things are really dumb, and I get it.
yeah.
And that's the thing is like my problem is like with my personality. The second I do start going for joining the union, like I don't know if I have the personality to stop myself from keep trying to like move forward because I get sick of not being able to fix problems, and I just be like, I want to fix the problem. This pisses me off. I'm fixing the fucking problem. And then I'd have to keep. And I don't want that kind of pressure. I don't want to have to talk. I don't want to have to try and run for UAW president and like talk to the goddamn president because like, fuck that shit.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. That's why I don't ever want to
It'd be
be
nice.
I don't want to be in any management shit. Like I want to be like I'm the guy you call to fix a thing. I don't want to be the guy you call to fix a system. I want to fix a tool, something that makes sense, something that I don't have to talk to 9,000 people. I can just fucking, drill a hole, bend a piece of metal. Simple. I don't have to deal with anybody under me. That was the worst thing when I was a supervisor, man. It was like I worked at a fucking. We put graphics on cars when I worked at Ground Effects. It's not hard. You're putting a sticker on a vehicle. You have a template that you put on the vehicle, and then you just fucking line it up. Super easy. But everybody under me would complain, like, oh, this is such a difficult job, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't want to be that asshole and say that you're overpaid for what you're doing. I think everybody should have a livable wage, but like,
Yep.
you're
That's
there.
me. Exactly.
You don't need to complain. It's
like,
an
my
easy job.
is I put parts on a rack, and those racks go to line, and someone put those parts on the vehicle, and then it comes back to me when it's empty. Like, I have 4 parts, 5 if they include like random day they decide to do like the pilots, and it's like I haven't done one of those in a month, so I think they're done doing it for a bit. But like it's to me it doesn't make sense that people like that do the job can't just figure out how to like get it done really quickly and have a system. I think second shift does that. I think third shift they don't have anyone. So once in a while it's always a mess, but I'm always like to describe the situation, I have 6 parts across. There's 3 on each side, and they face, these directions, going that way. There's 18 per rack, so it's 3 layers of 3 parts across. What I do, the ones that are super close to the line, the 56s, I take those. I take the stick on my. I get an 18 sheet of like labels, and I take the ones that are all the 56s, and I just put them on all the parts that are right there, because I'm just going to pick them up and move them because they are 2 feet to 3 feet away from the rack. The ones that aren't, I leave on the label sheet, and I go pick those up accordingly. I usually grab the second to last one, grab this next one that I would need, walk that one over, and then just let the other one sit on the hoist while I move the other parts and then fill it. Well, I also only do the one side, and then as I'm done with it, I put that back, spin it, do that. I've realized other shifts will do like these 3, spin it, do these 3, spin it, do, and I'm like, so
you're making an extra step. Yeah.
Well, not even that. When you lift the layer, you have to move this layer of plastic that covers the part that holds the parts, set it aside, and then you have to put it back. So it's like you just have like 6 of these things just standing around because you worked your way down like that instead of just working 2 and then 2 and then 2. I'm like, I don't know. Some of it just doesn't make sense to me. No, it doesn't. None of that made sense to anyone listening to this.
What made sense is you're saying like other people aren't making sense. Everybody can relate to that. Everybody has something they've done where it's like, why are you doing it that way? Like,
yeah, I just had to vent that.
I get it, buddy. I get it. I had to vent a lot of shit from here. Like, yeah, I haven't vented nearly enough because, there's certain things we're not allowed to do. So I'm like, I don't want to talk about that on a audio video record. Like,
well, honestly, like even for me, like I was not super work related, but one of my coworkers, Natalie, me, Natalie, and Dwayne all walk out together usually. They're all like older with kids and shit. Well, she was talking about like her and her husband are fixing their deck, and it's been like 8 years since they bought the stone that they used to have for their deck. So like they don't make it anymore. And so she was like, well, now I gotta she was like, I'm gonna just bury these old stones and then like build like some wood that matches the whatever. And I was like, or you could just space out those stones and fill it with matching wood in betweens like a pattern. And she was like, oh. And I was just like, I don't know, maybe just the way we work, we just have those like slight engineering.
Yeah, I think
like common sense engineering.
Yeah,
for me, you have engineering. You have actual engineering. You have real engineering. I have common sense engineering. I'm like, I can look at the thing. I'm like, it doesn't fit.
That's I have mechanical and dimensional. Like the engineers are way up here. I'm just a good mechanical and dimensional guy. I almost said I'm a good mechanical engineer. I'm not a fucking engineer. I'm just smart enough to get close to their level and be like, this is what we're going to do on the floor. And then we bring them down to realize what's possible to do. Because they got some crazy ideas, man.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh, yeah. But no, it's... Oh, sorry. It's... If anyone's still fucking listening to this, I'm sorry. We're just venting about work. Happy Halloween.
Yeah. Again,
but,
if anybody is still listening, I need to get out and fucking mingle with people. So if there is a Halloween party, I'm going to be home that day. Help. I've been stuck in a hotel, and when I'm not at the hotel, I'm fucking at my family's house. let me go
I
somewhere.
honestly don't even. I haven't even considered. I don't think me and Melissa have even talked about what we're doing for Halloween.
I assumed y'all were.
This is the first time I've talked about it.
I assumed y'all were just
Other than
passing out candy. Yeah, that's what I assumed y'all were doing.
Well, that's
Bless
it.
you. You froze.
Well, that's a Friday.
You froze a little bit when you sneezed, and it looked like you were throwing up. And I was like, "Oh no!"
But sorry. Oh God. No, I mean, we're gonna do that still, but I'm like, we still haven't even decided that if we're gonna do costumes or what we're gonna do as costumes. If we do costumes, and then, I mean, to be fair, almost every year I just dress up as a Jedi.
It's a good costume. Bless you.
God damn it! Especially because I have the actual lightsaber.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I got costumes at home. I could probably throw something on, but I also like my Ren Fair garb is better than a lot of my costumes. So I might just wear my Ren Fair garb, dude.
I mean, to be fair, if worst case, if you legitimately don't end up doing anything else, you're welcome to come hang out with us and pass candy and eat some chili. Because that's all we do is we eat chili, we pass out candy, and I usually make some sort of a cocktail to sip on.
I'd be down for that. It really depends on how far I drive. You can hide in the
bushes on the side of our house and scare kids.
That's how people get hit.
You can be the trauma.
Nope, that's how people get hit. I've been one of those people that have hit those people, so it'd be karma for me. But I don't know. It depends on because I plan to leave Thursday because my travel day is Friday, but they want me to get the rental back by 5, and I'm like, if I leave Friday, there's no way I'm getting the rental back by 5. Like, so I need to leave Thursday. But I also don't want to go to work and then do that trip like I did last time with Cordero, where it's like I'm getting home at 4 a.m. So I'm going to probably stop somewhere and then, I don't know, get home, go to sleep. And then Saturday, I'm going to be Nick's handler for the Youmacon cosplay contest. So nice. Even if there is a party or something going on, like I want to be home by like 9 to go to sleep. I'm gonna have to be up and ready to go to his house by like 9 o'clock. So,
well, yeah. Worst case, you can swing by. I'll make you something nice, and you can go home and then take
that'd be a vibe. That'd be the thing.
Go sleep with the kitties.
That'll be the thing. I won't get any candy until Saturday, probably, because I'm not going to want to stop at a store and buy candy on Halloween, dude.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, to be fair, you could always, like, just be like, hey, Chrissy, please have some candy in my room for me, please.
I could.
Just because I literally won't have time to stop and go get it.
I'm sure she would grab some, too, honestly. Oh, we'll see. I have a feeling that Sam and Kyle are probably doing something for Halloween. They usually do, but I don't know if they're doing it on Halloween or if it'll be like the weekend prior when I'm down here, you know, so we'll see.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. We keep like, we've been wanting to do Jay and Silent Bob. But like actually, I'm staring at the yellow jacket for Jay. The Silent Bob costume sold out. Like, it's sold out every year. Because the Jay one, you can kind of like finagle with just like getting random parts of his outfit.
You can do that with Silent Bob too, buddy. I did it in middle school.
Yeah, but now, because it's so popular, most of that shit ends up being expensive stuff to finagle it if it's not just the generic costume that's cheap made for being a costume purpose only. Because, like, I tried to do that, and it cost me 3 times what one of the Jalen Silent Bob costumes cost. And I was like, damn. Because you have to buy, it's buying legitimate clothes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not wearing any of that shit outside of it, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
As a kid, it's funny that you can buy some shitty jeans and like a whatever
Yeah, and I borrowed
coat.
I think I borrowed my dad's coat that was very similar to
That
Silent Bob's outfit.
that's
Yeah.
to, to be fair, that's 90% of the cost. Is that the green jacket is getting the finding a.
I
I
think it
can't like. I hate to say it. I don't know what is it a trench coat?
kind of
Because
I'm
like
blocking out what it was, but I'm going to look. I think it was just a duster.
every time I think of those really long jackets, I only think of the John Leger, where he made a joke and called it the public masturbator trench coat.
Yeah, it's kind of like a it's similar to a pea coat but with a weird lapel. Um yeah, cuz
Yeah,
I think I just wore a black pea coat when I did mine to be like his Mallrats outfit,
gotcha.
I think.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But it was
But
actually
yeah,
it
I
was a
want to.
green coat in Mallrats.
But yeah, I obviously be Jay because I'm bald and I can throw the blonde wig on, and Melissa has the brown hair, so she could do Bob.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we want to do that. We just keep forgetting to do that. Maybe I'll do that now.
I miss couples
I
costumes,
no,
bro. Those are a
well, I
vibe.
want to do it, but also I don't. I'm gonna wait till she gets home because I don't even know if the fucking we're gonna do it.
You got to figure out what size
Shit.
and
I think.
everything, yeah.
Oh shit. That's it. I think it's probably about time to hop off this. I think we've been going for like over an hour.
Yeah, I think I started recording at like I think we clapped at like 45 seconds on my recording, so we've been at least an hour 10.
Yeah.
Not bad, buddy.
And we can catch up a little bit after this. I just need to put the food in the crock pot and start it.
For
And
sure.
then after that, like,
We can
because it's gonna take.
I'm going to reveal a little bit of TMI. You said you were high, tipsy and tired. I'm tired, sober, and got a shit really bad. So we could text and catch up via that, buddy.
Sounds good. All right. Well, if you made it this fucking far, thank you very much. Thank you for listening to us vent about work that you probably won't understand. And you kind of understand. You understand the emotions, not what we're
Yeah.
talking about. But we love you guys. Have a good week. Have a great Halloween. Be safe. Enjoy the candy shits on Saturday. And be nice to those that deserve it.
And fight those that don't, buddy.
Bye, guys.
Bye.